The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to this State of the Casa D18 Studios address. I am, of course, the Renegade of Wrestling, J.J. Williams. Thanking everybody for joining me today. It's a little bit of good news, a little bit of bad news on the horizon. Not sure how long this is going to go, but buckle in. We'll just take it step by step. I will be opening it up for questions at the end of the stream. If I see a good one come through, I'll star it and I'll address it at the end if I haven't already done so. If you'd like to get my attention with a question ahead of time, super chat. It's as simple as that. So a lot of you guys are probably wondering what it is that brings me to you here today with this State of the Casa address. Well, there's been a lot going on in my life in the last couple of months. I try to keep my personal life off of Facebook, off of social media, until it gets to the point where things just become too much and I just have to verbal diarrhea it, if we will. And it's kind of gotten to that point. Back in the middle of August, the week of my birthday, as a matter of fact, I was unceremoniously booted from my job. I was working for Lyft. And everyone's probably wondering, how do you get fired from Lyft? Well, technically, I haven't been fired per se, but I had a complaint registered against me saying that my car was unsafe. My car is fine. There is nothing wrong with my car that would deem it unsafe. The problem is the area that I live in have less than stellar roads, dirt roads in a lot of places. And the bottom line of the situation, without getting too in depth, is I had a passenger who was on crutches coming from a doctor's appointment, and he literally lived in like the worst area within the region that I'm in. So there was a lot of bumpy roads, made the car jostle and bump with the potholes and whatnot. He filed a complaint against me. So I'm unable to drive currently for Lyft. So over the last couple of months, I've tried to focus all my energy into this because ever since the week before WrestleMania, I've been a monetized channel. And this has been bringing me money. Has it been enough to sustain a life on? No, of course not. You know, full transparency, I bring in between $100 and $150 on a good month. On a karaoke month, where we do open mic night karaoke, a little bit more. But that's neither here nor there. So I've focused all my attention here, Renegades Reviews, the members only section, all that stuff. And now I'm getting burned out. And I just don't have the energy to do stuff anymore. I haven't watched a movie to review it since this past Sunday. I am sitting here on notebooks with about 5 or 6 movies that I need to sit down here, film, and review. I haven't had the energy to do it. Now, I'll admit My girlfriend being sick over the weekend kind of derailed me some. You know, a week ago today, I was supposed to go in the studio and film a bunch of reviews, and I had the energy. I was ready to go. Jeff and I did Dads on Wrestling, and as soon as that was done, I was ready to get in there and start doing stuff. Prevented? Yeah. Her boss could have allowed her coworker who had been sick to call out and not force them to come to the office, thereby getting everybody else there sick. Again, neither here nor there. I digress. But ever since that day, I've just kind of been derailed. I haven't had the energy. I haven't had the determination. It is what it is. It's a cycle. It happens sometimes. We just get burnt. So, what does this mean? Well, the way it's affecting the channel is this. As of right now, Renegades Reviews is going to pretty much be put on hiatus. Now, you guys have seen my October trailer. I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to the Stephen King movies. I will still deliver those reviews in time. Are you going to get them all over the course? Are you going to get them all over the course of October, like the trailer advertised? No, you're not. It is what it is. But you will get every single movie that was advertised for this month. Now, I can't just let that be the end of it, though, because of the fact that I worked too long and hard, and the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media team, Noah Foster, James Hebert, Josh Mansfield, Mike Caldwell, and of course, Jeff Meacham himself, all worked really hard to help me get to the place where I am in fact monetized. So I can't afford to not churn content out because I'll lose viewer hours, and over time, I will lose my monetization. And I can't have that because I still need to be generating income from here. When me and my girlfriend moved up to where we live now, I put a 5-year plan in motion. And my 5-year plan was that come the end of the 5 years, I wanted this to be a sustainable income. I wanted to be making enough money off of this so that I didn't have to work a 9 to 5, so that I didn't have to go out there and put unnecessary wear and tear on my car. I wanted this to be what kept me afloat on a monthly basis. And I'm realistic. I'm not expecting to make $2,000 a month. You know, I figured if I could bring in anywhere between 500 and $1,000 a month, that's pretty good for, a dual income. If I can bring in more than $1,000, awesome. If I can get it up to 1,500, even better. But the end of my 5-year goal was to have this be a sustainable income. And in order to do that, I kind of need to shift my focus. If I'm being real, as much as I love watching movies, taking notes, going into the studio, sitting down, recording reviews, editing them, uploading them for you, my fans, and my viewers to watch, I don't get that many views on those videos. Unless it's a really extreme case, I'm lucky if I crack 10 views on a video. Lucky if I hit 10. Whereas the live stream content that we do, even if it's just something that's being simulcast, like a talk wrestling, or like Stat Boy Sports Bar, or open mic night, I get a lot of views on those. Obviously, the best viewed items on my channel are the watch alongs. So that got me thinking, and I've mentioned a few times on the air, whether it was live or on one of my reviews, that we're looking to move again in the not so distant future. Just because we basically took what we could get when we moved up here, and now we need more space. So we're looking to move from this apartment into a house. And my plan was always, once we moved into the house, that I would convert to more live content because of the fact that I'd have the time, I'd have the space. Y'all probably don't know, I'm in the middle of the living room right now. Granted, kids are at school, not as big a deal. But when we're trying to do open mic night, 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 Eastern on Saturday nights, I'm here in the middle of the living room. Kids can't watch TV. I get loud. I'm on the air until midnight, sometimes 1 o'clock in the morning. Watch-alongs that started like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 8 o'clock Eastern. That's dinner time. Kids can't watch TV. I'm right here in the middle of the living room. I can't get super mad at them for being loud. It's a public living space. But at the same time, it hinders my production. It hinders my ability to be able to present the best quality content I can. So when we move, there's either going to be a specific room or the garage that's going to be my studio. It's going to be my ability to be cut off from everything else to where I don't disturb anyone else during the live content, and likewise, they can't disturb me. But that's probably not going to be happening until January. I can't go 2.5 months, 3.5 months with no regular content. Like I said, I'll lose the view hours, I'll lose my monetization. I can't afford that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shift focus. And in my shifting of focus, like I said, I'm going to translate from Renegades Reviews to something I'm calling For the Love of Wrestling. What is For the Love of Wrestling? For the Love of Wrestling is going to be the Casa D18 Studios weekly episodic wrestling show review. Very much in the same vein that Aaron Rift at NoDQ.com does his nightly reviews as soon as Raw, Dynamite, and SmackDown are over. Much in the same vein that our affiliate Datilla over at Rangers of Wrestling does her Raw and Dynamite and SmackDown reviews. I'm going to be doing a similar thing. The biggest difference between my content and their content is I will also be covering NXT and Collision. So, because of the fact that I'm West Coast, and for me, all these shows air more or less from 8 o'clock p.m. until 10 or 11 o'clock p.m., which is 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. roughly East Coast time. I'm going to be doing these reviews the following day. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you will get me reviewing the weekly wrestling product. On Monday mornings, it will be Rampage, SmackDown, and Collision. On Tuesday mornings, it'll be Raw. Wednesday mornings will be NXT. Thursday mornings will be Dynamite. This is going to be my plan going forward. And I know some of you are probably wondering, but Renegade, you were doing Renegade's reviews 3 days a week, 4 if you count new release Saturday. Isn't this going to be just as much of a burden on you? Well, yes and no. Yes, because I'm still putting out the same amount of content in a week, 4 days. No, because I don't have to worry about editing. I don't have to worry about uploading. Everything is going to be live. So while, yes, I will take a few notes here and there on the program, much like I do watching my wrestling review, my movie reviews, I'll be doing everything live, so I won't have to edit and upload in the aftermath. And like I said, I feel that this is the best solution to the current problem because I still keep churning out content. I hopefully will begin growing my audience because I'll be doing more wrestling content. And as a result, hopefully I will begin to increase my revenue because I'm hoping that I will get my loyal viewers to super chat, send me questions while I'm on the air, ask my thoughts. At the very least, if you enjoy the content and you do see it after the fact, you'll super thank me. And as a result, that'll increase that. Also, hoping that with more wrestling content going out, you guys will begin to subscribe more to my members only section, where you get Noah and I doing match calls and you get me reviewing wrestling DVDs, which again, let me address that front real quick. I know that I kind of fell off when it comes to those. So, to the 4 people that are currently my subscribers, I do sincerely apologize. I am attempting to try and get caught up. That's why I haven't announced any reviews of recent because I've just been in this funk. Noah and I have recorded 2 of the 3 matches that we were supposed to call for September. One is already up there, Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Jericho from Fall Brawl. We recorded another one yesterday. We recorded Shawn Michaels versus Mankind from Mind Games. It is uploaded and it'll be made live at noon today for my members. On Saturday, me and Noah are going to enter the studio before I go to the kids' Halloween carnival for their school, and he goes off to AEW Collision live in Toledo, Ohio. We're going to enter the studio and we're going to film our match call for Unbreakable 05, the triple threat X Division title match between the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels, the Samoan submission machine Samoa Joe, and the phenomenal AJ Styles. And then on Sunday, we're going to enter the studio and do our call for the one match that we had promised we would do for the month of October. In our opinion, the greatest match in Halloween Havoc history, Mask versus title, Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio Jr. So that is what is going on the members only front. Again, to my subscribers over there, I apologize for the lack of content as of recent, but trust and believe once things get stabilized around here again, it will pick back up. So what does this mean in the long run for Renegades Reviews? Renegades Reviews will return. Renegades Reviews may return before, but will definitely return once the move occurs. Again, I will still watch the movies that have been advertised for the month of October. I will still post all the movies that have been advertised for the month of October. Will they all be posted before Halloween? Probably not. But I will be getting all that promised content to you before I officially step away from Renegades Reviews for the time being. It just may not be in the most timely of fashion. That is about it for the state of the Casa D18 Studios address. For the people that are watching, if there are any questions, feel free to submit them now. If not, then I will bid you guys a fond farewell. I look forward to seeing you guys. And let me go ahead and address that real quick, because I was about to promote something and it made me think of that. Just because I am stepping away from Renegades Reviews does not mean that Dad's on Wrestling, Open Mic Night, me being on Simply Predicting, me and Noah's Simple Takes, or the occasional times that I go on the No DQ Review are stopping. All those things are still functioning as they have been. It's just the canned content that is going away for the time being. So again, if there are no questions in the chat room, with that being said, I thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys this afternoon, 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern, alongside the West Coast Professor Jeff Meacham, as we discuss our top 10 Scream Queens. And then I will be back on the air alongside Noah at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, to give our simple take of WWE Fastlane from last week. Until then, I am the Renegade JJ Williams. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.
Biore blemish patches. Absorb pus and oil